Hello everyone, and welcome back to the channel. I just want to introduce myself for those of you who may not know me and for all of the new subscribers. I am Dr. Ona Miller, and I will be teaching on a master key each week, actually every Sunday at 3 p.m. Central Standard Time. So, if you want to receive notifications, please hit the subscribe button, and also under the little notification bell, make sure that you click and check all. So that way when I do post or put up a live video, you will be notified instantly. So again, welcome back to the channel. The master key that we will be discussing for this week is self-development. Self-development, of course, there's many tools that we can use to do that. You know, we can journal, we can meditate, we can pray, we can travel, you know, we can be around family and friends, and just our relationships will help us grow and develop. So self-development has many facets and many forms. But for this master key, we will be discussing the self-development tool of setting boundaries. Setting boundaries does not mean that one party or the other party is bad, or we don't necessarily have to view that in a negative light, or there's not a negative connotation to it unless we overstep those boundaries. We must realize that boundaries are for us to put in place, not only for the protection of us, but also to protect others. Boundaries is what helps us grow on both sides. It keeps each party or each individual or each entity from being weighted or burdened down with things that the other side is more than capable of doing, more than capable of establishing and executing. Now, I will say there are times that we do need to lean on someone. But there are times that, you know, we need to be making sure that we remove ourselves and not become a crutch and start hindering others, which in turn will also hinder our lives. I know from a personal experience that I can say that there are many times that I have become a crutch. And we also have to be, I think, honest with ourselves and say that after a while, being a crutch kind of sort of gets addictive, because there's this need for us and we love filling the role of being able to meet the needs of others. But we have to be also honest and say that we have stunted the growth of others because we have become their crutch. I want you to stop and take a minute and really evaluate your life, your relationships, you know, your partners, you know, those that are close around you. And I want you to assess just how much of a crutch or not that you have been. And I want you to assess how you can set boundaries to make sure that the relationship remains healthy. And if it's not healthy, what boundaries do we need to set and put in place to make sure that relationship stays healthy? And I think it's a good thing to evaluate that even if you need the relationship at all, is that relationship or, you know, that partnership or, you know, everyone around you, are they there because you are the crutch? Are they there because they have gotten so used to leaning on you and depending on you until they don't want to walk, they don't want to crawl, they don't want to run or sprint or do anything for themselves? Are they around you or with you or connected to you because you are their crutch and you have been for so long until they've gotten used to it, and so have you? Another side of this is maybe you're not the crutch. Maybe you are not the person that is all bearing all the weight. Maybe you're the person that's leaning on the crutch. Maybe you're that one that has the ability, you have the know-how, you know what to do, you know what to say, you know how to get it done, but instead you rather keep leaning on the crutch because it's easier for you. You really don't have to get out of your comfort zone. You really don't have to be challenged or pushed to the level that you know and everyone around you knows that you can go. So if you're that person that's constantly leaning on someone else, depending on someone else, then it's time for you to do an evaluation and an assessment. And let's start growing. Let's start taking responsibility and accountability for where we are and stop leaning on someone else when we have the strength and the fortitude that we need to do what we need to get done. So I think this is a good time to really stop and evaluate, just yourself. The reason why there is a need to be a crutch, and the reason why you have allowed yourself to be a crutch so long. Think about it. Being a crutch means you've sacrificed a lot. You've given up a lot. You've given a lot. And, a lot of times that means that we've abandoned some of the things that we wanted to do, or we've neglected some of the things that we wanted to do, or we should have been doing. And so what we're going to do this week is we're going to set those boundaries. We're going to set the boundaries, for those that are around us, and we're going to remove ourselves as a crutch. Now, I have to tell you, it's going to be hard. And first, it has to start mentally. It has to click in your head that it's best for you and them. They need it and you need it. And I am going to almost assure you that once you get that in your head and you remove yourself as a crutch, you're going to see yourself grow mentally, physically, financially, spiritually, and emotionally. And you're going to look back on this day or the day that you've decided to stop being a crutch, and you're going to appreciate it. Not only are you going to appreciate it, but they're going to appreciate it too. So this week, let's set those boundaries and let's get our lives in order so that way we can continue to grow, we continue to expand, and we can continue to do all of the things that we need to do to flourish in our lives. So set those boundaries.